Hello, thank you for coming to visit Making Sense of Math. Today, our question comes from Gillette, Wyoming, and our question is to determine algebraically if a function is even, odd, or neither. And the function that we've been given is h of x equals 3x to the power of 5 plus 5x. So is this function even, odd, or neither? And to determine if a function is either even or odd, what we do is we insert negative x for each and every value x. So in our case, we would say h of negative x. So let's see, that's the starting point. Let's see what we get when we plug in h of negative x, when we plug in negative x for our x value. So we would have 3 times negative x to the power of 5 plus 5 times negative x. So negative x to the power of 5, well, that's simply negative x times negative x times negative x, and negative x. When we multiply two negative numbers together, we get a positive number. And here we get another positive number. So when we multiply two positives together, we get a positive number. But when we multiply a positive times a negative, we're going to end up with a negative. So our first term becomes 3 times negative x to the 5th. And then plus 5 times negative x. And then, of course, as we distribute out the 3, we get negative 3x to the 5th. And when we distribute out the 5, we get negative 5x. What you may be noticing is that when we've plugged in the negative x, we actually get the negative of the original function. And if we say instead of h of x, I want the negative of h of x, well, that just means I put a negative and I multiply that by the function. And so if we distribute out that negative, we get negative 3x to the 5th plus, nope, sorry, not a plus, minus 5x, because negative times positive 3x to the 5th gives us the negative 3x to the 5th, and negative times positive 5x gives us negative 5x. This is the function that we ended up with when we plugged in a negative x to h of x. So what we have found is that h of negative x is equal to, in this case, negative h of x for this function. And that in itself makes the function an odd function. If instead we had plugged in a negative x and it had left the original function exactly as it had started, we ended up back with the same 3x to the 5th plus 5x, even though we had plugged in a negative x, that would have made the function even. And if we had plugged in a negative x and got something that was neither a negative of the original function or the original function itself, neither one, then we would have ended up with a function that was neither even nor odd. I hope this is clear. Please let me know if you have questions and send your question for homework help. Leave it in the comments below. Thanks so much.